we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. It's pretty simple what we do. It's just, there's a time to breed, and we take care of them and feed them, enjoy them.
You have to kind of use your imagination. Like, you see how it reacts with certain morphs, you know how other morphs react with other morphs, and you kind of have to guess how it's going to react.
Everybody's got a different approach. Some of the little kids, like, you don't need to go get so sciencey, and just, you got to be a little more careful with them and cautious and helping them handle the animals that they're going to be coming up and handling. Whereas the older kids maybe know more than you about a certain species.
My job as a breeder is to really produce higher quality animals next year than I did this year. And it just makes sense.
I remember holding my first ball python, shaking, like that, terrified. And the pet store's like, hey, if you buy 3 of them, we'll give you a deal instead of just 2. Well, my buddy didn't want 3. He only wanted 2. So then I was like, okay, fine. I'll take the 3rd and I'll get over my fear.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, Jonathan McLean, and tonight we've got an awesome show. I just want to thank everybody for coming out. I've got Jeremy Warfel from Warfels Morphs on tonight. Super awesome dude. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with him, but he's been doing really big things on YouTube, social media, doing a lot of really cool things with his brand. I've got him behind stage, so we'll talk to him in 1 second, but I want to kind of give a shout out to everybody that's made it out tonight. So if you're here, make sure you leave a comment so I can give you a little bit of shout out. So first in the room, we got Kike. Says, let's go. I'm ready, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. We got his son, Jose, Bosa Balls Jr. Awesome to have the family in the house. Both of you guys are just so supportive. Your whole family is. And I think even last night we had all you guys, the wife, the kids, Kike on a single stream. So seeing you guys support all of us is just awesome and amazing. We got Keys. What's up, T? And maybe Keisha is watching too. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out. You guys are awesome. I think you guys are really paving the way for what's possible in YouTube lives. And you guys are, once again, just huge supporters. And you guys bring the community together like no other. I was going through the chat. We got Mitzi. Thank you so much, Mitzi. Always a supporter. Always on my lives, on everybody else's lives. I think everybody here is just a super supporter. So thank you so much. We got Holly from Texoma Exotics. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mystery Morphs came out. Thank you. We got ODGC Exotics. Oh, our dad's going crazy. Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you so much. Super awesome to have you on. It's going to be a good show. Eric B up in the house. What's up? And we do have Miss Bosa in here. Thank you so much. Super awesome. Let's see. And we got Solo. Thank you so much, Patty. I appreciate you. Always there on everybody's lives too. Chris from B&S. Man, what's up, dude? Super awesome guy. If you guys don't know him, make sure you guys check him out. I'm sure you guys do. Everybody here just super knit, and yeah, we're all friends, I feel. And let's see, we got Kent up in here. Thank you so much, man. He was one of my guests a couple weeks ago on my show, one of my first guests. So I just want to say thank you for helping me kind of get into all of this as well. So many awesome people. All right, so I think that is it for who's here. I'm going to bring Jeremy on, guys. Make sure you guys give him a warm welcome in the chat. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, everybody?
Thank you so much for coming on, man. I think it's an honor to have you on. I think I've been watching you, following you for quite some time now. I think the first time that I ever saw you was on Adam's channel. Before that, I didn't know too much about you. I think that's where I've met a lot of the guests and a lot of friends that I've got now is straight from Adam's channel. I know Adam was one of the first YouTubers that I ever watched, and certainly one of the first lives that I ever watched, and half the people in the chat he's had on the show, and there's just awesome people that he kind of like brings together, and I love the way he does like interviewing and all this, and I think I could be wrong, but I think that's where you got your start. Is that right?
It's all because of Adam that everybody out here that supports me has to deal with me every Sunday. So everybody, if you don't like it, you gotta blame Adam. That's all there is to it.
Right.
Because it's his fault. Adam was the one that got me. He invited me on, and I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Like, I think that night I made, at the time it was a blue cup, a little bit shorter but a little bit fatter too. But 3/4 of that sucker was Jack Daniels. The rest of it was Pepsi, just to take the edge off of me. I was that nervous.
That's so funny. Yeah.
And then after doing it, I realized it's like, you know what? It's not that bad. I can do this. Granted, I still had a little bit of an alcoholic beverage every time for a while.
Yeah.
I slowly, fell into place with it, and now I do it with no alcohol.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, man. Like Adam, I feel like has kickstarted a lot of people. I think Gershon from GP Snakes has kickstarted a lot of people. T-Keys from Keys Constrictors has kickstarted a lot of people. And there's people in our community that really sort of push those high potential people to, kind of fulfill their destiny and, really get them out there, because there's awesome people. And if they would just get in front of the camera, people would watch them and, follow them every week. And I remember for the longest time, I would tell Adam, like, yeah, I'm going to start my show. I'll do it like in the next couple of weeks. And I would tell Leviathan Snakes the same thing and be like, oh yeah, I got ideas for this and that. And I put it off so much. I think it's because I was nervous, you know what I mean? I didn't know what to expect. And I think it's something that if you're interested in doing this, sometimes you just got to get out there and just do it. Like, it's not probably going to be the most pretty or fanciest thing when you start. I think my first couple episodes, I didn't even think I had like a thumbnail. It was just like Inquiline, League of Breeders, and it was nothing super special. But then every week I try to improve upon the last week and improve upon my skills and honing those in, becoming a better interviewer, things like that. So it's a really awesome process, and I think this is maybe like episode 9 or 10. I honestly can't remember, to be honest. Like, it's starting to blend together, but it's fun, man. Yeah.
Well, I gotta give you credit, dude, on a few things. One, you at least gave your show a name. Okay.
Sure.
I'm still stuck at that stage where I'm on like season 2 of doing my show, and it doesn't have a freaking name yet, and it bothers the hell out of me. Like, every day I'll be doing something at work, and I'll keep running through all these names. Like, no, that sounds too much like this name or that name. It's just like I can't find one that I like. So it's like I want to name my show. I just don't want what to name it. But I also got to give you props, dude, on taking the time to do, like, you're going to try to, like we were saying backstage, that you're going to try to do everybody to have a different intro highlighting different aspects of them, which I think is really awesome, dude. It's unique, and run with it, dude. It's yours. That's one thing that's going to set you apart, and it's going to catch people's attention.
For sure. It's man, like, I love doing that. Like, I want to highlight and showcase, as best as I can, my guests. Thank you everybody else for that came in. Morbid, Cole, Nicole.
So what's up?
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out, guys. But yeah, man, it's super fun. If I can, give my guests the best experience that they could possibly have on the show, I'm going to do it. And I'm looking for ways to kind of take that sort of stuff to another level as well. Like, besides just the intro, even tonight, I'm trying out a new bit. So we'll kind of see how it goes, see if it's something I can incorporate into my show. And I didn't tell you about it yet. I kind of asked what your favorite morphs were and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. It might not be something I do every week, or something that just maybe it'll be a hit, a success. Maybe it won't, but it's all like a learning curve. You know what I mean?
It's something like, I don't know. Like I said, like you said, I have no idea what it is, but during the shows, you got to find different things to maybe, like, for me, for instance, like, I do my picks of the week. Billy does his picks of the week on his channel. Jeremy and Holly from Snakes for the Memories did like pick of the week, but theirs is all ball pythons too.
Gotcha.
I wanted to do something similar where with being able to highlight other breeders and some of the awesome stuff that they're producing.
Yep.
I wanted to do it across the board though, like ball pythons, carpets, retics, bows, anything that caught my eye that came across my feed, I wanted to highlight.
For sure.
Because let's face it, there's more to the industry than just ball pythons. And
Oh, yeah.
everybody knows that. I mean, I love my ball pythons, but man, I'm a sucker for a good carpet. And I don't think they get any love.
They definitely need more love, I feel. You know what I mean? I think they're amazing animals, beautiful. I think with the morphs and things for like ball pythons, I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? Ball pythons are, good pets and everything, but like I think there's going to be, in the coming years, there's going to be a lot more morphs outside of ball pythons, you know what I mean? And I think, people are going to discover more about carpets, and the more breeders there are, I think the more awareness and education that we get for those animals, carpets and whatever. So it's cool. And I like that you do that. I think with my channel, that is something that I sort of want to be able to do, is to kind of highlight and showcase everybody. Like, this first season or the first quarter of my year is mostly ball python people. But then going into the second season, I would love to have people from, different areas besides ball pythons. Like there's some really big aquarium guys, there's really big retic breeders and things like that. And just to be able to hone in on like maybe something brand new every week where people can learn something that they've never learned. So yeah, it's really cool.
Chris here is being a funny guy here with his Sir Xena thing there. Chris, you're a funny guy there, buddy. You're real funny. Way to poke the bear, buddy. that we could dive into that whole thing. That's going to become a video itself for my channel.
Okay, man, you got to explain that. What's going on, Jeremy? What's going on?
My carpet python breed, like this was supposed to be my year to produce a carpet clutch.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Xena. Xena's like the highlight snake of the whole Warfels Morphs brand, I guess you could say. I've raised Xena for 3 years. She was a year old when I got her.
Okay.
So she was a nippy little sucker from the start. Like, I mean, her record was 10 bites and 1 handling. It looked like a bloodbath. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but bites just bleed like crazy.
Yeah.
So it took 3 years to get her to where I could handle her without gloves, because I got tired of bleeding all over the place. So I went to gloves. It eliminated her biting. She was still very defensive. But it took 2 years to get her to where I could hold her without gloves.
Sure.
So this was going to be the year to pair her, and I got a male just for like outstanding male. Carpets are a little bit different than ball pythons, where with carpets you have people that would like to keep lines a little bit more pure, like jungles bred to jungles, that type of thing, coastals to coastals. And so I got this knockout stud of a male that's got lineage to a jungle female that was on the cover of Reptiles magazine, known as Cover.
Oh.
So this guy, this male's got some. His line dates back to pretty good with some awesome lines to him. So got him for her, and I had been pairing them and introducing them since November, and to say the least, nothing was going on. It's like, okay, I've been dropping the temps in the snake room. It's like something should be going on. Something's not right.
Yeah.
So last weekend, I finally got the crap of it, and I thought, you know what, we're gonna check Xena. Something's not right. So I tried to pop her like you would do a ball python, and it doesn't exactly work because carpet's tails are so long. So I think how everything's laid out is elongated a little bit more than what a ball python is.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I got sperm out of her. I'm there like it's like it's on like I'm there thinking it's like, okay, Is it possible that they locked up? I didn't see it somehow, and I just squeezed out some stuff that he put in her. It's like, okay.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
I pulled out the probe kit, and I probed her. The
Yeah.
probe went in like almost an inch. It's like, yeah, no, there is no doubt in my mind that this, like,
Oh man.
no doubt. So everybody in our group chat, like Chris, Danny, Nathan from Infant Possible Pythons, Nicole is in there. I don't know if she saw it, but I was just irate.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just not a happy person. So needless to say, I came up with 2 scenarios to fix the situation. Got the one scenario going into place right now. I ultrasounded the other carpet, found that she had what I looked like follicles. 3 years old, not 4, so she's about 3.5. So she's a little bit younger than this typical 4 years that they recommend.
Sure.
You know, if she's got the follicles, hey, I'm not going to argue with it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, trying to ultrasound the snake that doesn't want to sit still, you know, it makes trying to pick out follicles very difficult.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It will be coming out in like a week or 2. So we did film it.
Okay.
So Hadley's in with it too. Hadley was really quiet during the filmings here that she was a part of this weekend. So that was really odd, but she's in the video as well.
Okay.
It was really hard to get a good image of the follicles, but what I thought looked like follicles measured about 13 mils. So
okay.
I've got Lagatha in with Xena right now, which I can show you guys here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Lagatha's that one there.
Oh wow, really pretty.
And Xena went into the cave. So
yeah, man.
That was plan A. So if that doesn't work, plan B is that my good old buddy Chris there from BNS has a nice, beautiful jungle of carpet female sitting at his place that she could probably use a boyfriend. And I just thought of it, Chris, before this live, buddy, that even if we don't throw Xena to your girl, I still got another stud male that could use some loving, dude. So,
that's funny. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna pimp the carpets out. But it really hurt, dude. Like,
yeah, you were counting on her.
But happening with the carpets, I mean, you know, that's 3 years lost. I mean, it's hard to suck up 2 years, but
yeah.
3 or 4 years, that hurts.
So let me ask you this then. I assume you sort of learned a lesson there a little bit, or I mean, like, would you go back and you know, obviously try to redo that, or would you have picked out something different besides Xena?
Well, see, all right, here's where, and this is where my video is going to come into play too, because I'm going to touch base on this whole topic. But the big thing is that I want to say to everybody, no matter who you get it from, no matter how good of a breeder you think this person is, or how much you trust them, check, triple check, and quadruple check that snake.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I never probed a snake up until this year. I didn't learn to pop till later, as far as, you know, with ball pythons and stuff. I was afraid to pop a carpet just because of, you know, they've got that tail that they used to wrap around everything, and you know, green trees, they have a delicate tail.
Sure.
I know carpets are a little bit sturdier, but I was afraid, you know, to hurt their tail, you know, give them a kick or something. I didn't want to screw something up. So I thought, okay, it's like, well, the guy said she's female. He probably probed them. I didn't know, you know, I figured, you know, why would you try popping a tiny carpet? Why wouldn't you just probe it? But I guess he just tried popping it and didn't get peens, and you know, it's a girl, and it's like, no.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
It's like my snakes, before I let anything go out or even list it, I've checked it like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
And if out of that, And once if I see hemipenes, that's it. It's a male. I don't bother checking them again. But the female, I'll check them several different times just to make sure and double, just to confirm it.
Yeah. No, I feel that, man. Yeah, that's horrible, man. That's a lot of investment, you know what I mean? But I mean, you said your parents Xena and what's the other one's name?
Xena and Lagatha are the two that are
Lagatha,
paired up
gotcha.
behind me, which they haven't locked yet, but they've only been in there with each other for 2 days.
Okay, gotcha. And what type of what type of carpets do you have?
Jungles.
Oh, both jungles?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to keep everything pure at the moment. When you start crossing like jungles and into other stuff, it's niche markets, put it that way.
Gotcha. Okay.
More pure stuff sells, I think, a little bit easier. At some point, I will be doing jungle jags and diamond jungle jags, which those are probably the brightest yellow snakes you will ever see on this planet.
Gotcha.
They're just drop dead gorgeous, and that's something I do want to work in. But that's probably about the only mix of intermingling of the different subspecies you can get away with, and not have an issue selling the babies, just because visually stunning.
He is Xena. That's what PK is saying. And what's up, Brock?
My joke's lately been that Xena pulled a juicy G on me.
Yeah, right, for sure.
Anybody that's familiar with juicy G, it's just
yeah, it's funny. So I want to ask you a couple questions. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And what is your company and brand? I know it's named after your last name and everything, but tell me kind of a little bit about where you started.
Oh shoot! Well, I'm Jeremy Warfel. I've lived here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania for 35 years. I've never moved anywhere other than here.
Oh, okay.
Really don't have any urges to go anywhere else. Pennsylvania's kind of got really awesome laws as far as reptiles go, so we're really relaxed with all that stuff.
Nice.
I've had snakes or something with scales, God, ever since I can remember.
So as a kid and things like that?
Yeah, like I had a Knowles as a little kid. I think I got my first ball python. Actually, this is a neat story. My first ball python I bought at a reptile house that my parents used to live in.
Huh.
All right. I lived in this house for years.
Yeah.
And then years down the road, somebody bought it and turned it into a reptile house. So my first snake, which was a ball python, came from my parents' old house.
Hey, that's interesting. That's a really good story, though. I mean, that's pretty cool. And what was your first ball python? Was it just like a normal? Gotcha.
Yeah, that was when everything that wasn't a normal was astronomical.
Yeah, right. For sure.
I mean, let's see, that I was like 10, 12. So that's 23 years ago. I mean,
yeah, man, things are way different now. Like growing up. What's up, Chris? Yeah, and I didn't say hi to Leviathan Snakes. Thank you, Stephen and Courtney, as well, and rock on. Man, so what initially got you interested? I mean, your parents are pretty open, about you keeping reptiles, and
they didn't really care. Dad would always bring like snakes home from work and turtles home.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
I had something with scales.
Yeah.
At one time, I had like 6 box turtles that I had. A big chicken coop that was outside, but it was fenced in, so that way they couldn't really get out, but they were left to basically free roam, and they were amazing pets. Needless to say, they eventually burrowed under the fence and got out. But
sure. Yeah. No, I feel that.
They were awesome to have. And like mom and dad didn't really care. The only time my dad really cared was the one time my snake got out and the ball python decided to coil up in the middle of the hallway, and my dad almost stepped on it on his way to work in the morning. That's the only
Gotcha.
slightly cared.
Yeah,
And
but he was bringing them home and everything for you, is what you're saying, right? He's
what's
like
that?
bringing home. He was just bringing home wild caught animals, and yeah, that's cool. That's how I'm gonna be. You know, if I have children, like I still do that. Like if I see something in a wild, I just want to like bring it home, but you know, got to be responsible with that stuff. But it's fun, man. I would love to go herping and you know, kind of get out there and see.
I've yet to go herping. In all honesty,
Sure.
I have yet to actually go herping.
Yeah.
I know, like, just to give you a slight example here with the whole snake thing and bringing stuff in, my brother sent, which is a doctor, sent a picture of a black snake at his, like, inside their practice. Somehow this snake
Oh, okay. Yeah.
their office. And my dad and I were fighting over who was going to get this black snake because I wanted to have a black snake around the house
Yeah.
just to, mouse control. Like, I've got wood piles that the thing would flourish in, like there was no question about it. And Dad and I were fighting over it. My brother's like, boys, you like, I let the snake go in the woods. It's gone. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, man, I love animals, man. Like ever since I was a kid, just seeing them in the wild, wanting to catch them, I would bring stupid stuff home, and of course, I would have to let them go and everything. But yeah, man, it's cool, when you can get a child involved in, the mysteries of nature and animals and just kind of what the world has to offer. I think it's nowadays, like it's like kids don't even get outside to go see anything, and plus, like with all I remember like growing up, like even just being outside and seeing like so many like butterflies and like insects of all sorts of types. Now it's like everyone's killing them all. Like I don't know the last time I even seen a butterfly. You know what I mean? It's
I like when I was a kid, I used to spend a lot of time at my grandmother's place, and every day we would go walking up and down her road. And
Yeah.
at one section of the road, it was surrounded by woods on either side. We'd probably walk like mile and a half easy. And every time we'd find a box turtle. Every time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like there might have been a handful of times we didn't find one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not tell you the last time I saw a box turtle. And I work
That's what I'm saying, man.
all the time. I go to all sorts of different houses because I do like driveways and stuff.
Yeah.
You go to all these different places where you should see a lot of these animals, and I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's really sad to me.
On.
Yeah, that's one big thing I noticed. Like when I was a kid, I would go outside, find all sorts of animals, all sorts of like caterpillars, butterflies, like praying mantis, walking sticks. Now it's like it's a rare sight if I see something. You know what I mean? I would see wild snakes, water moccasins, all this, that, like, and now it's like you gotta like really, really know what you're looking for and how to find it now to see those things. It feels, you know what I mean?
They've either become masters at hiding, or we've kind of pushed them out to certain locations where you've just legit got to go to them.
Yeah, and I would love to learn that stuff. I'd love to find a local herper that does that like on the weekends or something, just where I can get out there and kind of learn how to find these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's interesting.
That's my thing. Like I don't know. I can randomly find stuff, but
yeah,
and I have an idea of where I need to go to look for different things, but would I be completely successful in it? Probably not.
Yeah. No, I feel that. So I do have another question for you. Is your wife and family involved in what you're doing, or is it just you doing kind of everything?
It is mainly it's on me.
Yeah.
98% of it is me.
Sure.
Dom does filming sometimes. Dom's actually been doing a lot more filming. He's been getting into that. So that's my way to kind of draw him into it. He does own one snake in the business, which is Macchiato, our lesser girl. He bought her and we use her to breed. So he does have one of his own ball pythons. I take care of it. I feed, like, he really doesn't do anything with it anymore.
Yeah.
But he does the filming. Kara allows me. She doesn't yell at me for spending all the time doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Doing live after live. Like I know, like I told her, I know she knew it was coming. She knew I was doing this live. But when I told her, I said, "Hey, hon, I'm going down. I gotta go down and get ready for this live." Like the look was just like another one. You just
Yeah, it's fun though.
I give her a lot of credit because I know she loses a lot of time with me.
Yeah.
I'm one of those types of people that when I get a taste of what I consider success, I run with it. Like I have this vision of where I want to take Warfels Morphs too. And
For sure.
it's rapidly going that way. A lot better than what I expected. So I give this thing my heart and soul between, the snakes, the YouTube, and sometimes I do start to burn myself out a little bit. And I know there have been times where I probably neglect family a little bit, like don't spend as much time with everybody as what I should.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself and I keep telling her as well that in the end it's going to pay off. Once I can get through a certain point, I'll be able to start backing off my work hours at my job. And this stuff's going to start moving in to where I'll be home and I'll be around more and I can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Sure. Yeah.
Nicole's right. I do have to take breaks. And I'm sure there towards the end of season 1 of my lives, I would lay a bet everybody could kind of see I was getting a little burned out. I felt like everybody could, because I legit felt slightly burned out.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I don't know what kicked me in. Like something sparked me again, and I'm glad it did because I don't like that burned out feeling.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've got like so much energy and so much more to give. And I'm going to, I'm pushing this thing to the T and we're going to make this a go. I told my boss 8 years. It's 7 years now. I told him 8 years. I'm done. I am out of excavating and I'm doing snakes and YouTube. That's it. That's my
Does that make it 2030 or?
Oh God, now you're asking me to do math, dude. Let's not do that. I suck at math.
No, you're good. So you got 7 more years that you're trying to like fully, start doing all this.
Yeah, 2030, I would be technically retiring from my job.
Yeah.
At the ripe old age of 41. 36.
Gotcha.
Sorry, 43. 43.
Okay.
So I can live with that. I can live with, retiring from a job that beats the crap out of my body at 43. I can deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, man. Like I think that's a lot of our goals is this is something that we can really kind of put our passion into, put a lot of effort and work into it and, make it something that's uniquely ours. You know what I mean? Like I know we're all kind of breeding and stuff like that, but like to have your own brand and like to really be able to like push that out into the world and into the community, like it's fun, man. I think the people that work at it are really going to see those rewards pay off and, yeah, it's fun. So that kind of leads into another thing. So with your brand Warfels Morphs, actually I'm like really curious. Did you choose the color for any sort of reason? Like
I have for whatever, and my wife yells at me all the time. I'm obsessed for whatever reason with like neon green.
Okay, gotcha.
I've been wanting there for years. I wanted a pair of neon green Oakleys. And she would not allow me to get the neon green Oakleys at all.
That's so funny.
The nail on these sunglasses.
Yeah.
So when I came up with this thing, I was running color schemes through. I thought, you know what? This is one thing she can't tell me no because the green goes with reptiles, darn it. So I ran with it. I went with the neon green. When I did the walls, like everything's neon. Like I don't want to say it's neon green. It's bright green, folks. I mean, the camera here doesn't pick up the colors right, but Nicole and Chris, they've all seen it. It's green.
That's cool though, because like you're also making your room like part of your brand too. It's not just like your logo and your shirt. Like, you're really trying to incorporate that, and like, yeah, just seeing your backdrop and everything like that. It's cool that all, you're making it all fit together. You know what I mean?
Soon, once we do the expansion, which I'm slightly changing my plans with it as everything progresses here, we're gonna see how the carpets go. The room we're in now might become the carpet room. Just that way, I can keep all pythons at one temp, and I can let the carpets drop their temps as they need to if that's what's going to make them breed better.
Sure.
But so but I like having the carpets as a backdrop because they're more active.
Yeah.
And God, they're stunning to look at. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever I'm doing a live, if one of them is in view, everybody, I'm sure you see my eyes going, and it's just, I can't help but look at the thing.
Yeah, they're real pretty, man. So with your reptile room, you were talking about switching your ball python room over next to you. Is that right? And then making that room carpet. So how many carpet pythons do you have at the moment? Is it just 2 or?
Right now, it's 2 males and 1 female.
Okay, gotcha.
So
and
with the latest development, there is going to be a new female being purchased here very, very shortly.
Okay.
I'm going to wait for the first clutch of the season to hatch, and take some of the proceeds from that and purchase a new female.
Okay, nice. So, your logo obviously has a carpet, has a ball python on there. How much carpet python breeding do you expect to have, or like, is it going to be like a 50-50 sort of thing between balls and carpets?
The balls are going to be the main focus. I'm not going to lie. The carpets will probably become a 50-50 aspect with how everything is.
That's cool.
Carpets are, when I bought my first one, the guy I bought it from told me, he goes, it's an addiction, dude. He goes, this is just the start. And he's right.
For sure.
You don't need all sorts of morphs with a carpet python to get that wow factor. Each of them is so different individually between the amount of tipping or the amount of blacks, the amount of yellows, the patterns. Like, there's more variation in a carpet python regularly than you will find in any normal ball python.
Okay.
You have to start stacking genes to do what the carpets do by themselves.
Interesting. Huh. That's really interesting. I was actually looking it up to kind of prepare for this a little bit, but something I read, because I don't know too much about carpet pythons, I mean, that's why it's nice to be able to talk to you and kind of, learn those things. But I was reading that carpets can have clutches between 10 and 50 eggs. Is that right?
Yeah.
Really? What would be like an average?
An average, I would say you're probably, for like a mature female.
Sure.
I'm saying your average would probably, for like mature jungle, like 15, 20, something like that.
Okay.
For a good mature female, I mean, you're gonna have your highs, you're gonna have your lows.
Yeah.
Obviously as they get older, chances are they're gonna stack more eggs in there. But
sure.
I mean, a good sized mature female, she'll have 20, 30 eggs.
That's interesting. And I was also reading, like I said, I kind of had to read like a brief little article on carpets and things like that. But do they really get up to? See what I got here. Where is my carpet? So they get between 6.5 to 13 feet. They get up to like 12, 13 feet.
Your coastal carpets will get like 10, 11 feet, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. Wow. See, I had no idea that they got that big. I thought they stayed maybe 4 or 5 feet, maybe, but no, they get much bigger, huh?
It's a locale thing.
Okay.
Your coastals are your biggest, and then as you move throughout Australia, they change sizes. They also change temperature as to how they like their environments.
Oh, wow.
A big each subspecies is a lot. They're different from one another.
Sure.
Even just their color. Like, jungles are known for their beautiful black and yellows. Coastals are more of, I'm going to say, like a drab looking snake, but they get they get bigger. Now, Xena's mom was an 8-foot jungle, which is a big jungle.
Okay.
But you got to remember, carpets don't get super fat, or at least they're not
Yeah.
super fat.
Yeah,
They
for sure.
slender side. So it may be a 10-foot snake, but you're not talking something overly like a reticulated python thickness type of deal.
Sure.
A lot more slender of a build than that.
And
Or here, John. Mystery Morphs asked the question a while ago. They want to know how many snakes do I have. Mystery Morphs,
yeah.
I have
Let's get to that.
It's probably around. Now that most of the hatchlings are gone, I'm going to say it's like about 55. I'd have to go through and count.
Okay.
But it's probably close to 55. I know I was there around 60 with when I had all the hatchlings. Actually, I was over 60. But now I'm down to 3 hatchlings left. So it's probably about 55 or so.
Gotcha. And to answer the same question, and then we'll kind of go into that same sort of tangent. But I only have 17 guys. I've had more because I did have clutches, and I kind of sold some of the babies, sold some of the ones that just weren't fitting my projects outside of my clutch. But I don't have a lot, But I think that doing like interviews like this and really putting my brand out there is super important. One day I'll get to where I want to be and everything. But for anybody that might be where I'm at, or even maybe you're just in your first couple of ball pythons. Yeah, man, like if this is your passion, like you're going to get to where you want to be. I think for me, like I'm trying to establish my brand right now. So that way, when I do start having, multiple clutches each year, 5, 10, whatever it is, that I'll be ready for it. Cause I think the scariest thing that I could see is me having, let's say like 5, 10 clutches a year where I got, like 50 babies or something, and I cannot sell them. You know what I mean? So I think if you're getting into this, man, like, try to establish yourself, make connections in the community, network and things like that. And it'll definitely pay off.
That's when you start talking like with having your hatchlings, and then say you can't sell your hatchlings. Like everybody who thinks hatchlings just fly off the shelf. Hatchlings don't always fly off the shelf. Sometimes you sit on them a little bit. That there comes down to, that's why I'm a firm believer in breed what you like. If you don't like, if every time you open up that tub, you don't look at that snake and just go, wow, I technically made that. Then you've lost it. Like you're in the wrong game, or you're in, you need to find something else that excites you more. Like I'm left with 3 hatchlings. Yeah, I'd like to sell them. The one is a Bumblebee Het Desert Ghost male. That thing, like, I know Spider gets a bunch of crap, which we can touch on that later on too. But I mean, my God, he's a stunning looking male with no issues.
Yeah,
he's got an awesome pattern to him. The other one's a pewter Het Clown female. I'm okay if she doesn't go. She's got the nice pastel line that's floating around for my Bumblebee clown. So that pastel line is absolutely nuts. And it not only does like the brightening stuff that pastel normally does, but it throws such crazy patterns. And her pattern does not look like a normal pewter. So I'm okay if she stays. I mean, it's one of those deals where if she goes, all right, whatever. But I'm okay if she stays.
For sure. So then that kind of like leads into my next topic is, what morphs and projects are you working with right now?
All right. As far as recessives, Axanthic everything, everybody. TSK Axanthic, you can't go wrong. And Chris, you just keep your mouth shut, Chris. You're still in the chat. Chris gives me crap all the time. TSK Axanthic. We've got Clown, Desert Ghost.
Okay.
We've got one pied female, which pied wasn't something I was going to get into. It kind of fell into my lap, and then my buddy Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons did me a solid, and because I had a pied female that was only eating live mice and it was driving me nuts, so he traded me a pastel female pied that was 800 grams, so she was like 100 grams more than the one that he was getting from me, but she would eat rats and everything under the sun for him. So
Sure.
he did me a solid. We just traded straight up. And the girl he got for me went on to rats for him, and the girl I got from him still hasn't eaten since I got her.
Oh
Man. Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, Pides and me don't get along.
Sure.
Let's see, what else we got? We've got Hypo. We've got Hypo
That's
here in the mix.
yeah.
We've got, I'm doing a combined thing with my buddy Mike. We've got a set of triple hets growing up.
Oh, nice.
One male chocolate and one normal and one female chocolate that are triple het for what is it? Desert Ghost, Clown, Hypo.
Oh, wow.
There's not many of those floating around out there, and
That would be awesome to have.
He snagged them and he's sent them over to me. So
Hey, works out.
They should be good to go for next season. So we'll see how it all plays out. We'll see if how the odds gods treat us.
I hope they do well for you.
That's an exciting one. I actually just put that video out last week, I think. Yeah, I think it was last week's video. I put that out.
What's up, Shane?
But hey, Shane, what's up? But doing I've got a lot of spider in my collection, which, like I said, every spider, I don't care what anybody says, there's nothing wrong with spider. You've got your good and your bad. Some have wobbles, some don't. Mine don't have wobbles.
Sure.
We could show that off later on. I will show you folks, not all spiders are bat crap crazy. But we've got a lot of spider. Normally, most of the spider stuff is in my Xanthic stuff, though.
Spider Xanthic is nice, though.
Yes.
I love it.
That's the one thing that got me stuck on Xanthic really bad.
Sure.
I've got a lot of leopard stuff. Let's see here. I'm looking in the racks, so if I'm just staring off.
You're good.
Stuff. I don't have a whole lot of banana, but I do have 2 banana females. GHI stuff, Mojave Lesser. What else is there? Chocolate. That's basically it. Got a gray matter, which is black, it's champagne, black pastel, and cinnamon. It looks like a pie, but it's not a pie. It's really wicked. I'd show it off, but it just ate today. That's one of the ones I told you that we can't show off.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit of everything, but I'm not too spread out. We got Spot Nose, working on the Batman stuff, so we gotta have Spot Nose for that. Huffman, I've got one Huffman in here, which Huffman is one thing that excites me. I'll show you guys here later on too.
Sure.
Huffman definitely has my interest perked with what it does in some combos. So a little bit of everything, but for the most part, everything I can throw into either DG, Xanthic, or Clown, and it's gonna, make amazing looking stuff.
So you kind of have those recessives as your base, and you're kind of working around those. Yeah, for sure. I think that's a smart way to go, and I look forward to seeing what you make. So do you have? Let's see, hold on. Let's see. So what would be your dream snake to produce? Is it something you're working towards now, or is it something that you kind of need a couple more ingredients for?
The dream, all right. The dream snake is stepping stones.
Sure.
Just because I have one dream snake that I'm headed for now. Once that was made, I have the next dream snake. So I've got several dream snakes.
Okay.
Ultimate, though, there's 2 of them. My ultimate dream snake would be Xanthic, Desert Ghost, Batman.
Ooh, bro.
And the other one, which is going to be a slight kicker, it'll take me a little bit to do it, but it would be a Bumblebee. Oh, wait, what is it? Bumblebee, Acid, Leopard, Xanthic, Desert Ghost.
Yeah, for sure.
If anybody doesn't know what that looks like, just look up bumblebee leopard acid.
Bro.
Bumblebee leopard acid.
Yeah,
And
that
think
might.
like a poor man's monsoon, as I call it.
Oh,
And then
okay.
your imagination and make that axanthic, and then throw the desert ghost in there, and it is going to be amazing.
That's awesome. So I want to go highlight a couple comments real quick. Mystery Morph says Huffman is fire.
Yes.
I have quite a bit of Huffman in my collection. Shane says I've been hearing a bit about Huffman lately. And for this show, I had to look up some Huffman because I don't really know much about it, but the combos I was seeing were amazing. I think it
to work with.
Yeah, I've maybe a lot of people don't talk about. I know, like you kind of hear it here and there and things like that, but yeah, it's not one of those that are talked about too much as far as like being like something people are really kind of working around and working into their projects a lot. But I definitely think it's got a lot of potential for sure.
Here, let me show you my Huffman real quick while we're
Yeah,
on.
man. Let's do the show and tell.
All right. Now this here is a black pastel Huffman. So like it basically completely wipes out all the pattern in that combo, and basically makes it just a gray snake, gray patternless, but it's got some blotching going on with it. I'm sure, yeah, it shows up. Some blotching. She's got a really neat little, if I can get her to cooperate, some neat pattern there on the tail.
Oh yeah,
And
that's really cool.
This came from my buddy Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. All the babies that looked like this all had basically the same ordeal, completely patternless for the most part, but a little bit of pattern at the tail. So we're trying to figure out what all is going on with it and what we can do with it.
I don't know how to do
that. Really, intrigues me and made me want to jump in on. And that head, I just love that head.
For sure. Yeah, that's a real interesting snake. And sorry, say that one more time. It was a Huffman. What's in there?
Black pastel Huffman.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. Do you have? Is that a male or a female or?
This is female. Yeah, this
female.
Is a nice. This is female, and then the gray matter that I got from Triforce Morphs, that's a male. So future plan is put him to her.
Okay, gotcha.
See if we can't make some more of these, make some more gray matters, just kind of really get some crazy looking stuff out of it'll be a random crazy clutch. Put it that
nice. Way. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's really interesting.
I just love that girl. And she eats like crazy too.
I'm trying to see if I can figure out this layout thing. I'm not sure. So it's pulling me up. I think I gotta there we go. That's how we do it.
Fourth one over from the left, I think. Fourth or fifth one over from the left.
Gotcha. Now, do you have any acid yet, or are you still trying to get that from Jeff and Angie?
That is in my dealings with Jeff and Angie. Yeah. Jeff and Angie are doing me a solid with Angie's getting a baby carpet and I'm getting an acid. So,
that's awesome. Acid is unbelievable, man. Yeah, just an amazing gene.
That's something. Acid is one thing I want to start throwing into everything, especially the axanthic stuff, just because I think the craziness that the acid brings to the pattern is just going to make axanthic look just wicked.
Sure.
I just have great visions of what it will look like with the axanthic.
Now, do you have any axanthic that you can show off?
I do.
Yeah, come on.
We've got one girl's grabbed it, so we can't show her off.
Yeah.
Mama that just laid though.
Gotcha.
Like I said, she did just lay, so there, whack the thing. But this is just pastel TSK Xanthic.
Ooh.
Everybody, just so you know, like Xanthic suck on camera.
But those blacks are like so dark. At least that's what's showing
Yeah.
up for me.
She, like, there is no brown to her. She is just all black and silver and white.
Wow,
And
that's
she's a
pretty
beautiful
cool.
example. Like when Nathan showed her to me, because I got her from Nathan as well. When Nathan showed her to me, my jaw dropped. I was like, done. Like mine.
Mm.
And she just laid our first clutch of the season on Saturday.
Okay.
That video
Nice.
week.
Hell yeah.
And then this girl looks like she's starting to go into shed. And here we have an orange dreaming Xanthic.
Okay. I can see that.
Love the head on her. If she'd sit still. Her head is gorgeous.
For sure, yeah.
And there again, when she's not going into shed, I mean, she's just black and silver and white. She's actually not looking too shabby on this, surprisingly. At least compared for my color blindness, anyway, she doesn't look bad. But she was getting paired. She's not developing follicles at the moment, though, so I stopped pairing her. So we're going to give her a little bit of time, and we're just going to keep checking her once a month and wait for that, you know, sign of follicle growth, and then we're going to jump on it again.
Okay.
Yeah, this girl.
So
she actually, in all technicalities, is the most expensive snake I have at the moment.
Oh yeah.
That's like $900 when I got her.
Gotcha.
Everything else, like some of the other stuff would be expensive, but I would have traded stuff for it and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Other Xanthic stuff. Got het Xanthic stuff. I don't have any more visuals.
You could show off anything, man. Like, what's part of the prize of your collection? Like some of the ones you really enjoy.
All right, we'll show this girl off. She's building, but this here is one of the females we produced in-house.
Really? Ooh, nice.
This is just pastel double het Xanthic clown.
Huh. It's kind of like
our first season, and she grew astronomically.
Wow. She's got some amazing yellows and contrast in the blacks, and
it's that pastel line that I have in that bumblebee clown of mine.
Gotcha.
All of his babies that get that line of that, get that pastel line. Dude, the patterns are crazy. The colors are phenomenal. She's getting into her brother, which is a bumblebee double-head Xanthic clown. So
okay,
like she's like I said, she's building. She's got follicles at, I think she's at like 13 mils at the moment. Last time I checked.
So you just got your ultrasound, right? Is that what you've been using to measure and everything?
Yep.
Nice.
That ultrasound was a game changer.
For sure.
And
that's really cool.
Absolutely love this girl. Big hopes for her just because
she's gorgeous.
It'll be our third season of being able to hit possibly an Xanthic clown with something that I produced in-house. It's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
Going to.
Yeah, man. It'd be so nice to have. What model of ultrasound do you have?
It's the Contec. I don't know the exact model number, but it's.
Oh no, Contec is the brand.
Yeah, Contec's the brand. It's like $1,200, I think, something like that.
Okay.
And then here is the Bumblebee double het that she's going to. And look, everybody, he's not corkscrewing or doing crazy, stupid things. He's being a normal snake.
Yeah.
So
So pretty.
People can hate Spider all they want. I love it. I don't have any issues with my stuff here, thankfully. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But he's got great colors as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Very excited for the potential with him.
Yeah, I love Spider too. It's man, I have a couple spiders, and like I would even be, I would be interested in taking a couple projects that way. Because my spiders don't have major issues or anything like that. Like, every now and then, like I'll catch my killer spinner. She'll kind of maybe have like a head tilt or something. But it's not really that bad.
But I don't consider the head tilt an issue though.
Yeah, for sure.
As
she doesn't corkscrew or nothing like that.
And here, this is the boy that won Chip's King of the Mountain contest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Will be. This is my boy Shockwave. This was one of my dream snakes to produce.
Okay, yeah.
In the first season.
How many seasons have you been breeding now?
We're going into season 3 this year.
Okay, season 3, gotcha. And from your start to now, how did your clutches progress, or have they progressed, or you just kind of keep it the same, or what does that look like since you started?
First season we had 4 clutches. Second season we had 3. We actually went down.
Okay. Sure.
But the clutch I lost last year was my Axanthic Desert Ghost clutch, which hurt because that was
dude.
But with that being said, we did get our Blue-Eyed Lucy clutch that we didn't get on the first season. So it was a give and take on it, you know what I mean? So it was it sucked losing one clutch, or getting one less. But I look at it this way: the one snake reabsorbed on me. My SK female, she reabsorbed, but I still haven't had any hatching issues, laying issues. Everything, knock on wood, has been 100%. So
cool.
I'm just happy with that. I'll take a reabsorption here or there as long as I'm not having any issues and everything's just flowing nicely.
Gotcha.
Mystery Morphs. I had a questionable yellow belly / asphalt. The genetic test came back finally. The test says it's yellow belly. As much as I want to believe that that's what it is, part of me doesn't quite trust that test anymore after a lot of the stories I've been hearing. So we're still gonna go try to prove that one out. I'm not gonna go make any rash decisions off of the test result yet.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I was looking to get my het ultramel tested, and apparently they pulled that from the genetic tests panel, and it's just I have a feeling that there's probably a couple other morphs that are kind of like that, where it's not 100% solid yet, unfortunately. But I think we're going to get there to to where we need, and the more tests and more research that you do, I think they're going to be able to hone it in or figure out if there's multiple lines of something or this or that.
I think as time goes on, they'll get their issues figured out. It's just they gotta, it's still new.
Yeah.
But I was hearing things where het pied stuff is coming back negative, and they were the people proving out that it was a het pied.
Interesting.
There's issues like that. It's like But here, this is our Orange Dream Fire Clown.
Gotcha. Hell yeah. So nice.
So she should be good to go either late this season, early next season.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. I love how you got those splotches that are in there, but it's like you got the outline of it, and then the inside is just like, I don't know how to describe that, but it's really awesome. It's like watercolor. Like you like drip the watercolor on a piece of paper, just like you got the outline of the color, but then the inside is kind of pale and like it's still got that color in there, and yeah, that's really cool.
I think that's the Orange Dream showing through, because it seems like Orange Dream does that with the nice crisp black outlines. But that's that one. We've got an Enchy Clown girl that's going into shed. Ooh, easy, sweetie. She's going into shed. She's not exactly her brightest looking.
Gotcha.
You know, she's pretty though too. So.
Yeah, Clown's just an amazing morph, man. It's crazy that like there's so many things being done with Clown, yet there's still more directions you can push it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess that's with every morph, you know, like the Clown is just so stunning by itself.
Clown does so much, and you can mess with it a lot, which is what I like. Look at what Spot Nose does to it. Look at what Acid, for instance, does to it. Acid does some really crazy stuff with Clown.
Yeah.
Now this girl is in shed. She's coming out of it. This is our girl Katniss, which is Banana GHI Mojave. Which I don't know anybody that has not liked this girl.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
solely for that dorsal, where it looks like flames, which is how she got her name.
Yeah, that's really nice.
She's gonna get paired. She was getting paired with her dad to go for some super GHI stuff. You know, basically go for supers of everything, and/or make more of her or more of him, which I'll show him off too. But definitely, I want to, because a lot of people wanted this girl. And
yeah, for sure. Yeah, who wouldn't?
It's like she's not going anywhere. But she is beautiful though, and like I will like the camera is somewhat picking her colors up. She's very pinky lavender, like very pinky lavender.
So it's GHI Banana. Did you say something else in there? I forget.
GHI Mojave Banana.
Oh, GHI Mojave. Okay, so I just sold my Banana Mojave Fire that bred for me this last year. I've only had one clutch. Sold him because I made some holdbacks that were more stacked than he was. But I sold him to a guy who wants to work that project and put him into some GHI. So yeah, potentially my first breeder male, even though it's with somebody else, it'll probably be making that stuff this year. And so if that happens, I might have to buy one because they're beautiful.
They are. Now here's Dad. This is GHI Mojave.
Okay, yeah.
But he's like completely patternless on the sides. He's not fired up for everybody. He can change his color immensely. He can blush his head out where he looks pastel in the head, and the sides get super bright gray.
Yeah, that's GHI Mojave is such a good combination. I don't think you could go wrong with like that's just it's an amazing, you know, double gene animal that's just simple but it's beautiful. Like, man, like so awesome.
905 says get some hypo in it.
Yeah.
Hold on tight. I got you.
Oh, come on.
You gotta go over here to this rack though. Where is she? Hold on, I lost her. Wait, there she is. I will see your GHI Mojave Hypo and raise it a chocolate 905.
Ooh, come on. Yeah, dude.
But I got her from Danny at DTMG. And
bro,
she's growing very, very quickly. But God, she's just like stunning looking. Like I do. This is the only reason I was okay with getting into hypo, was for the GHI Mojave stuff.
Okay.
Just because it looks so nice.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then the chocolate was actually an added bonus. Danny didn't know he had chocolate floating around until the GHI Mojave stuff wasn't looking like normal GHI Mojave stuff. And everybody's like, oh, dude, you've got something else floating. And then they decided that it was, came to the conclusion it's chocolate.
So 905 says, and has blue eyes, does that one have blue eyes? Is that what you're referring to?
Oh, God. You're asking the partially colorblind guy here. I'm seeing just black eyes.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I mean, yeah, they're
eyes,
beautiful.
Now, Nathan has the mystery snake out of it, which we think was a what was it? A Super Mojave GHI, and that ended up being and it was hypo, and then that thing ended up being all silver. And as it's gotten older, it started to get like a glowing yellow, like a faded glowing yellow stripe down its dorsal. So that thing is absolutely drop dead gorgeous looking. Like I'm jealous of that thing. I wish it was sitting in my rack. Let's see here. What else we got? Got this beautiful girl. This is from Danny too. This is Bruce Wayne, leopard spot nose hat clown female.
Oh yeah, man.
But we think she's got red stripe. Possibly. Some of us think red stripe. Chris doesn't think red stripe. There's several that think there is red stripe. So we're gonna prove it out.
Yeah, leopard spot nose is amazing. Obviously, Batman's amazing, but man, leopard is one of my favorite genes. Like I'm talking like top 3, top 5 easily. Probably like top 5 easily. You know what I mean? Like I love the morphs that can just disrupt the pattern like that, like leopard and acid, and just kind of give it those spots and that. Yeah, I love it.
Leopard is my second to spider, if not tied. It's probably tied with spider.
Okay.
And here's why for me, because this is one girl that I produced this past season. And she is just like my crown jewel of last year. This is just a pewter leopard het clown.
Man, that is really nice.
She's got that crazy pastel line in her to top it all. But I mean, her pattern is just wicked crazy.
Oh yeah, man.
Like I've not like super big.
Yeah, hold back for sure.
So I'm anxious to have her grow up, put her to use.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's stunning.
We got that beauty. Let's see. What else we got? Everybody probably remembers. Well, here, we'll show this one off. This is something you don't hear a lot about these very often anymore. This girl just glows.
Bro, I love those stripes, man.
Super edgy, high intensity orange dream.
Yeah.
I mean, her tail, the camera kind of picks up. I mean, her tail is orange. Actually, the whole body, like the lower half of her body, is just bright orange.
Yeah. Yeah. So nice.
But she's grown up. She's a little bit of a finicky eater. She's kind of aggravating at times.
Yeah.
So she's growing slower than what I would like. But it is what it is. You know, I'm sure what she's going to produce is well worth the wait, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
She seems like she likes to, like, she doesn't like anything the size that she should be able to eat. She likes the smaller stuff, which boggles my mind, but whatever. It's like she's eating like about that like weaned rat size.
Yeah.
You could be taking a little bit bigger.
Sure.
And then you remember when Jeremy Bald had the Partho babies, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what was in it though.
The only ones that have them now, I think. But here's the super enchy Partho girl, which is growing like crazy as well.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
And Chris thinks that she's cryptic, that she's super enchy cryptic.
Interesting.
Because Jeremy's, he even said that there's something else floating around in her. And I guess where the female originally came from, they had a lot of cryptic in their collection. So we're kind of leaning that she's super enchy cryptic. So we're going to have to prove her out and throw a clown to her and see what happens.
Bro, that's stunning.
But I absolutely love her.
Yeah, there's
random question. What goals are you most excited to work towards for 2023? Oh man. My big goals for 2023 is one, I want to get more racks. I want to get the carpets into actual PVC enclosures. I want to get the other portion of the snake room done and separate the balls from the carpets, so that way I can thermoregulate each room a little bit better. Just kind of build an infrastructure. I'd love to hit that 2K mark on YouTube. We just crossed 1,400.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday. So I'd love to hit that 2K within this year, which I think it's more than doable.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I figure I'm going to have do a little giveaway thing again for when we do hit 2K, kind of celebrate. It might not be as big as the 1K was, because let's face it, Nathan blew that 1K giveaway out of the park with his 7 snake giveaway. But,
for sure.
Hoping to give away something kind of neat for when we do hit it. So everybody, if you're not subscribed to me, go hit that subscribe button, please.
Straight up, guys. I put Jeremy's link at the top of this chat. Hopefully it might be a waste to kind of go back there and click it now, but make sure you guys sub to him, please.
That's kind of all the really neat stuff. I mean, I've got one more neat female that we hatched out that I held back. And there again, it's another bumblebee, but she's really unique just because, one, she's Het Desert Ghost, but two, she's kind of got like a two-face thing going on with her. I don't know if it like, it almost looks like her face was split in half, where she's got like a more like a paradox look going on with her. But she's super, super clean. But there, like I said, she's Het Desert Ghost, so she's part of that growing up army there.
Yeah.
But super excited to have her in the works. And again, you gotta love stuff that's produced in-house. Hi, sweetie. She's like,
yeah, for sure.
It's like, give me a kiss, Dad. That's kind of a lot of the exciting stuff. I mean, everything else is kind of just your normal stuff. I mean, the axanthic stuff is obviously like my big thing for this year. There's a lot of axanthic pairings, possibly hit 2 visual axanthic clutches.
Okay.
Like I said, clutch 1 was laid Saturday. Everything in that clutch is double het axanthic Desert Ghost. So that's going to be an exciting one. I've already got a couple of people knocking at my door for babies. If anything, put it this way, if it's female heavy, I might let 1 or 2 go. just because the size of the clutch was nice, but I'm not making the same mistake that I did with my first clutch of double-head axanthic clowns. Most of the females are going to stay here. I'm gonna put it here right now. I'm not making my same mistake. I learned from that, but that's probably like the axanthic stuff is my big thing for this year.
For sure. So I want to get into that bit I was telling you about. So I want to try something new, guys. I hope you like it. I'm actually going to pull us up both like equally on this one. If we can do that. I don't know. I just feel comfortable right there.
I feel like so side that's where the host belongs. The host got to be on the other side.
But actually, real quick, guys, I want to show you this. Make sure you guys sub to his channel. I won this in one of Jeremy's giveaways. It's a Warfels Morphs license plate. Just super awesome. And Jeremy, you have, I think it was a 500 sub, I think.
Yeah, I think that was the 500 sub, yeah.
And if you guys go over to his channel, which I hope you do if you're not already, but make sure you become a member. Can you tell us about that real quick?
Yeah, there's a section there where it says join group or join member. I forget what exactly it says. I'd have to look it up. But click on it, folks. There's 3 different tiers. Each tier gets you a little bit more added bonuses. Plus, you get everything from the tiers before it. John's on the top tier, so he gets basically everything that I offer at the moment. And I'm still working. It's a work in progress. I'm not going to lie. There's things I want to do to make it a little bit more enticing. But I do my best to do 1 member live a month. I know it's sometimes scheduling gets really crazy. I try to get everybody, since there's only like 4 of us, I try to get it to where everybody can tune in. So that's
man, that's been so hard. But it's
we finally come up with the date, and people get confused because I throw out like 100 different dates, and
but it's good, man. I love it. Like it's cool to be able to like from your member subscribers or your channel, like it's cool because like I get to interact with your like group of members and things like that, like Ashley and Nikita, and I'm trying to remember who else you got on there. I think Paul, is that right? I think Paul's on there.
I know Shane from Heads and Tails is a member, but I don't have him in the chat just because I did it as who was in for the tiers, the proper tiers.
Yeah.
For the live stream. And which that's one thing I'm going to modify too, is I'm going to give the live stream to the next tier below the jungle carpet as well. Just
okay, sure.
2 different tiers that can interact with us.
Yeah.
Like that's nothing on Shane there from Heads and Tails. Like, I appreciate all the support, Shane. I really do.
100%. Yeah, you'll get like this cool little keychain. Get some like special stickers. Like this one's really cool. This is, I think, the
3-colored logo thing there.
Yeah, dude. And then of course, like I think your regular sticker, but man, yeah, I got a bunch of these now. I got like a bag of them now.
And soon you'll be getting your shirt, which like I've actually might have figured out a way to get the special edition shirts done for the jungle carpet tier stuff. So I'm working on that. I might have figured out how to get the shirts done with the 3-colored logo.
Oh, okay, nice.
Have it be bank breaking, because that was Nathan's big thing with me. He told me, dude, he goes, you're going to go broke doing
what? Having more colors on there?
Yeah, because
is that right?
Screen printing, each color is a different screen.
Yeah.
So the more screens you do, the more it jacks up the price of the shirt. I think it was coming down to where like each shirt was gonna be like $60. It's like, so there's no we're worth $60. But
for sure.
On top of all the different perks that you get, like you get first access to anything that becomes available for sale, discounts on the stuff that's available for sale. So there's some nice added perks depending if you get to the right tier. And each tier shows what you get. So definitely check it out. I really appreciate all. I know, John, you were the first one, dude. I really appreciate all your support and everybody else like Ashley, Nikita, Paul, Shane there from Heads and Tails. I appreciate all you guys for all this love and support, and everybody
Yeah,
that's
thank you guys.
on the membership that comes out and watches me every Sunday. I appreciate all you guys too.
I love your channel, man. And yeah, you've gotten amazing guests like Billy and Austin, Brian Gundy, Brian Kusko, and then all of the people inside of our community that we're closer to, all the Pennsylvania guys, and it's cool, man. It's you definitely have something going for sure. But let's get into this next bit. I'm gonna try it out. I hope everybody likes it. And now that you at the beginning of the show, I realized that it's a little bit like your picks of the week, but I tried to make it specific to the genes that you enjoy, and so that way you can kind of see different versions of projects that, like GHI, Desert Ghosts, Acid, things like that. So this bit, guys, brand new. I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you like it or not. It's called Pass or Gas. So, so what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna show some. I'm gonna go through pictures. I kind of screwed myself over and screenshot way too many pictures. So this might drag on forever, and I might have to cut it down. But I think I ended up uploading like 40 pictures, so I could.
See, okay,
But,
now I don't feel bad when I do like 6 snakes for picks of the week and everything. All right, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was like, crap. Like, I was just screenshotting stuff, like going through Morph Market, and I think most of these are for sale. Probably there's a couple that say sold on them, so it's not like necessarily like people's holdbacks or anything like that. But it kind of gives you an idea of what's out there as far as like combos and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's like backwards. So like it's gonna start towards the end of what I made. But all I want you to do. And we could talk about it too. If it's something you really enjoy and you would like push a project that way, you're feel free to comment on it. And I'm not really choosing like a lot of stuff that you're probably going to pass on. There's like a couple things, you know what I mean? But I'm still trying to show some good stuff here. So first up, and I'm not going to say first up, second up, because like I said, I got like 40. First, we got Desert Ghost Krypton Het Hypo. Pass or gas?
Dude, that would be going with me because that would be going into Axanthic. Because we actually were just talking about an Axanthic puzzle. And somebody in our chat threw it up. And Axanthic puzzle looks phenomenal. Here, actually, I can pull up the picture quick. Because it's in our, it was just recent.
Yeah. I mean, kind of
not trying to hijack the pass or gas thing, but
nah. Do your thing, man.
That there sparked the whole. Like this thing was absolutely phenomenal. I had to turn my Wi-Fi onto my phone here.
And I wish I had gone through and figured out who made all of these, but unfortunately I can't. So if this is your snake, I'm really sorry for not giving you credit. I know towards the end I've got a lot of stuff from John Dog. Or is that how you say it? John Dog? Dig.
Yeah.
Dig. Yeah, John Dig. Oh yeah, bro.
That's no filter. That's just Desert Ghost Axanthic puzzle.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Oh man.
I have no idea what line of Axanthic, but just wow. So yeah.
Gotcha.
Definitely would not be passing on that one.
For sure. We got a Blackhead Desert Ghost.
Not gonna lie, I'd pass on it.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, I like the darkness. I love the contrast, but it just wouldn't really. I don't know. It doesn't speak to me.
Sure. We'll move on. I got a Hypo OD Enchi Fire DG.
Yes.
You got it. Yeah. That thing is so beautiful. Like, looks like so creamy. Like with the Hypo and the DG. Like, that's just like an amazing combo, man.
It's super clean.
Superfly GHI.
For a simple combo, it's very beautiful. I like it. I would probably, if it came down to putting it in my collection, I'd still probably pass.
Sure.
But it is a beautiful animal, though. Like, I do love the Superfly stuff. and you throw GHI into it, just adds to it.
This is oh man, this one is amazing to me. I don't know if you like it. Calico GHI Lemonback Sunset Spider. That's an outrageous combination, but maybe it's not for everybody.
I like I'm not a huge there's very few sunset there's things of sunset that I like. I do like that one though. So I would have to be saying we're gassing.
All right. GHI VPI Xanthic.
Even though
Straight
it's kind of Xanthic, we're still
I got more coming. I think that's just my GHI part because I think we got more. Yeah, GHI Pastel Clown. Kind of basic.
Yeah.
I would probably pass on it, maybe.
Yeah, I would pass on it. I mean, you throw some other things in there to jazz it up, it would make it better, but
yeah,
I have to pass on that one.
GHI, oh, you know what? I think I got 2 of that. But whatever. GHI, Yellow Belly, Het Pied. I don't know why I didn't crop that one, but
we're gassing that one. I like that. That speaks to me.
This one's interesting. Platinum Puzzle. So black pastel, so pastel, black pastel, Huffman, lesser puzzle, 100% hypo.
Gassing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah, and it's got the Huffman, the puzzle, black pastel.
What you pulled these off? You said you pulled these off of Morph Market, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that snake somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one's pretty simple. Blackhead Huffman.
I like it. I would still probably. Man. You throw Xanthic into that though. It's as black as that is. That would just be. We're gonna gas with it. Throw Xanthic into it yet, and we're set.
And thank you everybody for participating in the chat. I see that. I'm like on a different screen, so I'm kind of hopping back and forth to see what you guys are saying. But I'm glad you guys are seeming to like it. Acid Banana Clown.
Gas.
You like it?
Yep.
For sure. And that's from Tonya Hardwired Exotics. It's got his logo on there. But yeah, man, straight up. Lesser Huffman, 100% Het Clown. Pretty simple, I guess. I don't know. I might pass on it, but
I would pass on it, even though I like what it's doing, what the Huffman's doing with the lesser. But I think there's some better combos with Huffman to go into.
For sure. Now this one is probably one of my favorite. Acid Confusion, Pastel, Possible, Orange Dream, Clown.
Dude, that is nuts.
Yeah, bro.
That thing's just on fire. Like the head, just
Mm-hmm.
Solo, you got it right, girl. That thing is, and I think I don't know if Mitzi's saying gas in it with this one too or not, but you girl got it right. That is freaking amazing there. Holy
yeah, man. Yeah, I was like super stunned when I saw that, and like I said, this song.
Right, yeah.
Dude, I do not know.
I sometimes stuff like that I get really nosy because I know it's out of my price range.
I think it was like, maybe I could be wrong. I bet you 4,000 or 8,000. It might be way more than that.
I was gonna say, I bet you it's got to be close to 8 or 10.
Yeah, maybe. Next we got Riddler Cinnamon Leopard. So I actually took a screenshot of what it is. So Acid Leopard Cinnamon Spot Nose Pastel.
All right.
That looks really interesting.
We are gassing big time. And I'm going to tell you guys something with this. This is what that Bumblebee Leopard Acid I was saying looks like. Only throw what a Bumblebee Leopard looks like color-wise. And it's the same pattern. It's like the poor man's Monsoon.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gassing it.
For sure. Albino Acid Black Pastel. Now, I know you're into Xanthic. Are you still throwing this in your collection?
I'm not a huge albino fan, but there's no denying that thing's freaking awesome looking. We're gassing it.
You got it. Super Pastel Leopard Het Clown Het Pied.
We're gonna pass on that just because you could do. There's better things to. I don't think Super Pastel. Everything's gonna be pastel. You don't get to have any variety. Everything's gonna have pastel, and sometimes clown isn't the right thing to have pastel in.
Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of pastel clowns at all. Like every now and then I'll see a good combo. Um, but I just feel like if I can keep pastel out of clowns, I'm gonna do it.
Like there's some clown combos that I think the pastel looks nice with it.
Mm.
But then depending what you're going for, pastel isn't the most complimentary for a clown.
Yeah, no, it's not at all. Next up, we got Leopard Entry Pinstripe Het Desert Ghost.
Oh,
It's a tough one. I like the I kind of like what it's doing. It's still kind of simple. That's like on the border. Sure.
If I would go pinstripe, I'm just gonna go spider because I like the spider pattern better than pinstripe anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we're passing on that, guys. GHI Leopard Pastave.
Ooh, we're gassing that one. Ooh, man, that thing's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, GHI Mojave, you're adding that leopard in there, the pastel. Man, I bet if you add like hypo to that or something.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I don't know.
man.
Maybe DG. I don't know.
DG.
As nice as those golds are, dude, I would feel bad throwing hypo into that. I'd want to make those blacker.
Yeah, for sure. Now, this might be on a different spectrum. I actually have lavender leopard yellow belly het pied, but are you into these projects?
I'm not into lavender at all. It's something that I've thought about, but I want to get what I have right now off the ground, producing a lot of visuals with it before I start adding any more recessive projects in, just because of room.
For sure. So you're passing. That's all right.
I would say I would gas with it, but if it was real life, I would say I'd have to pass for the moment.
Sure.
It's definitely a gasser. I can't deny that.
Yeah, I've been trying to getting prepared for my lavender projects, my dreamsicle stuff, and things like that. Fire Cypress Leopard Clown.
I like.
Oh yeah, I think this might be one of my favorites in my whole lineup, but I gotta gas that.
That's sharp. I like that. I like what it's doing with the neck and everything, the crazy pattern. I like that. We're gassing that one.
Leopard Blackhead, kind of simple. I think it's looks nice.
That one. It looks nice. I'm good. I think there's better combos out there.
Sure. Yep. Pastel Leopard Double Het Hypo Clown. So I guess another simple one. We could. What'd you say?
I wouldn't. I'd pass on it. I mean,
sure.
It's a beautiful animal, but I'd pass.
Orange Dream Leopard Yellow Belly Fire. See, I don't know if this one's like really coming out. Like I said, I've been trying to pull. I think this is now into like the leopard sort of category. So there's a lot that you can do with leopard.
Oh man, that's a nice. Oh man, we'd pass on it.
Let's pass. What do we got here? Leopard. Yeah, see, these are kind of more. It's kind of simple, just leopard, and it's got some hets in there. Like I said, I kind of went crazy with this a little bit, but
or if it was a female, that would be a gasser, just because of it being the double head.
Yeah, sure. Now this one's interesting. BPI Axanthic Desert Ghost Spinner.
That's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Even though it's still the wrong beat, the wrong
Yeah. So while we're
pretend it says TSK.
Well, I do have a bunch of TSK coming up. But why do you choose TSK? I'm curious. I don't know if I asked that.
All the examples I've ever seen of TSK seem like from baby to adult, for me, they seem like the blacks stay super black. They don't tend to brown out as much as what the BPI does for me, in my opinion.
Okay.
I've just seen more good examples of the TSK over the VPI stuff. And
Sure.
maybe that's just my, it's my personal opinion. It's like when I had John Dagon, he had said there's no perfect line of Xanthic.
Yeah.
There's good and bad of both. You just got to line breed it for the best quality animal out there.
Sure. All right. Next up was this Fire Pastel Spider Double Het Ghost Clown. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting into some spider stuff, I think.
I'd have to pass on it.
Sure. Banana Bumblebee Enchi. I think that one's like really pretty, actually.
I would have to gas on that just because I wanted to try to produce Bumblebee bananas last season, and she didn't go for me. But everything would have been
Okay.
But I wanted to, I just wanted to see what I could do with it with my line of pastel that I have.
Sure. See, what is this? Okay. Firefly Leopard SK Xanthic. Okay, so there's some SK in there.
Yeah, that's coming home.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It's like I don't even want to flip the slide now. That's beautiful.
That is.
Spider Desert Ghost. So simple but effective, I feel. But you could do much more with that.
If it was a female, I would say it could come home. If it's a male, it's got to stay.
Sure. Killer Bee SK Xanthic. Now, is SK TSK or is that what they're saying?
That's
yeah. Snake Keeper, but yeah, the Snake Keeper. Gotcha.
Yeah.
See
that we're gassing that sucker all day.
Man, yeah, that's a really interesting combination right there. Like it's got the Xanthic, but it's so white, but it's got the
look at who did it. Look who
yeah. Now we're
perfecting a line right there.
Yeah, we're getting into some really good stuff. Because I think at the beginning, or at least like learning about Xanthic, I don't know if I was 100% convinced. But seeing stuff like this, like I could definitely take projects like in directions like these.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why I went with SK as well.
Yeah,
because I remember when the Stormtrooper came out. Like I remember it being in Reptiles magazine. So John Daig was thrown out there for so long for me, and I just kind of also put the SK line of Xanthic into the top notch because the stuff. I mean, look at the stuff right there. You just showed it. The stuff he's producing is
insane.
It's unmatched in my opinion as far as anybody touching it.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
Like
now,
and that's hands down coming home. I mean, good God. Take my money, John. Good grief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what the prices are on these. I know it's like right below where I like cropped everything out.
Yeah.
That's the same one. Firefly Acid Xanthic.
I remember seeing this one, and I think that price tag's like close to 10.
It might be.
Yeah, that's definitely coming home because that. Gershon, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Yo, Gershon, what's good? Firefly Xanthic Clown.
Definitely coming. Yep.
It's like these Xanthic ones are winning you over, especially
Like, we may as well just shake our head the whole time.
All right, let's do it. So actually, are you into this? So Lavender Snow. So Lavender Xanthic. It's something that I've thought about getting, but like I said, if it's got that lavender, it really kind of changes the whole snake,
I gotta pass on that one. Anything like the snow project like that, or even throwing Xanthic into banana, it just doesn't do it for me.
Gotcha.
I don't think I visually see what everybody else sees in it is the problem.
Yeah.
With being partially colorblind, I think that's one reason why I do like Xanthic so much, because it's black and white. Like I don't have to decipher what color I'm seeing. It's boom, it's contrast, and I can see it no problem. So to me, throwing things like making the snow projects or throwing banana into it, it kills Xanthic for me. And that's one thing that I would never do. And I may make some haters from that one, but I'm sorry.
Nah. No, I have a friend who's colorblind too, and yeah, he's getting into a lot of the Xanthic stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's just like perception on the world, you know what I mean? And if those colors, the black and white, that contrast, like really kind of is like pronounced or whatever, like I think that's what a lot of people are going to go for, and yeah, man, I think especially like the stuff you're trying to do, and John Digg is like, how could you not want to do that stuff?
Yeah.
This is just an Xanthic clown. That was like really beautiful looking.
Coming home, but dude, I hope and I pray that one of those is sitting in my rack this year.
Come on. And last, I think this is like the last one. I think I might have shown this already. Maybe Firefly Xanthic.
I'm okay with looking at it again. It's coming home.
For sure. And I think that's it. Yeah, that one's just like, oh yeah, see that one's 7,500. So
yeah, it's gotta be close. It's like close to 8 or 10. But yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, who knows how old that is. But yeah, thank you guys, everybody, for participating in that. I see you guys are just going off in the chats. But I don't know, what do you think of that? Like, is that something that, if I kind of cater that towards like a breeder's, like they're like, oh, I'm totally into like ultra males or something, that I like create a slide of like maybe 5-10 ultra males, and like,
yeah.
What did you think of that?
I would say keep doing it, dude. Maybe try to slim it down a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of like went crazy with that.
Well, see, it's hard though. Like, dude, let's say, like, you know as well as I do. You go on Morph Market, you start drooling, and you start, it's easy to do. I know. I ran into it with Instagram, and when I'm doing for my picks of the week, I'll come up and I'll have like 10 screenshots, and it's like, all right, I gotta narrow that 10 down to like at least 4 or 5.
For sure.
Nitpicky, and then, but yeah, dude, like, I don't know, go through, like, do 10 or 15 or something like that of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus,
it's
things that are out there, so it gets my wheels turning.
Sure.
Notice, like, some of those I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. It's, I think, something I can always work on. Like I said, this was like sort of like the beta test, trying to see what would work, what wouldn't. I would definitely slim it down for sure. But yeah, it's nice to be able to kind of see where people are taking certain projects, because like there's some really, really established breeders that you're like, oh man, I never even thought of going that route. You know what I mean? And I try to incorporate the genes that you really enjoyed. And Mr. Morph says, I think it's a great idea.
From how it seems, and plus, like you said, everybody was like, they were into it.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't even expect that or think about that, but yeah, it's cool to be able to see that, and like the people in the comments can kind of gas pass, and then I think that creates conversation as far as like, oh, why would you pass on that? You know what I mean, or whatever. So it's we'll definitely try to do that again next week. So I'm not sure how much time you have. Do you have a little bit more time, or you got a schedule you got to kind of cut it off on?
We can go for another 10 or 15 minutes or so.
Gotcha.
Then I get my rear end back upstairs because 5 o'clock comes awful early.
I get that.
Almost 10 here,
So let's see. Yeah, we could start wrapping it up. So you mentioned your goals for this year. What are your goals for 5 and 10 years? I know in 10 years you want to be doing this full time.
10 years doing this in YouTube full time. 5 years would be, having basically an established carpet breeding collection going on, and be producing some double, triple visual recessive stuff with Xanthic in the mix of it. Would be for 5 years. Which it's not a question. I mean, if I can hit the odds right, we got a shot.
Sure. And then with your show, where do you see that going? Like, if you're looking ahead, like even a year, a couple years, like, is your show evolving too? And what steps are you taking to up your game on that aspect?
I've got to figure out different things to spice the show up a little bit. I hate feeling like it's repetitive sometimes.
Yeah.
I am going to start trying to pick out what makes certain breeders unique and running with that more than going over the same spiel of, who are you, how'd you get into it, what's your favorite, what do you want to add, like after me doing it for so many episodes, I feel like for me I get repetitive with it and I start to lose interest, even sometimes it seems. So I'm trying to pick it up a notch. Like this season, I'm going to try to, fine tune everything. Maybe touch on like get some people on that work with some stuff that might be a little controversial. Like I reached out to Matt from Olympus Reptiles. I wanted
Okay, nice.
because he loves spider. I thought that would be a great guy to talk about the spider gene with, and have a good rant and stuff with like that with. He hasn't gotten back to me yet though.
Gotcha.
So
I feel that.
He's even seen the message yet, according to Instagram. So.
Oh, no way.
What is it?
So I know you've had some like really, really awesome guests on there. Is there a most memorable guest? And what guest are you trying to get that would just be like your dream guest? So what's your most memorable interview? It could be a big breeder, small breeder, but like what's the most memorable you think?
Dude, I can't even pick one most memorable breeder interview. Like each of them I loved. Angie, Jeff, what's up?
Hey,
good to
what's
see
up,
you.
guys?
I love my I can't pick because I love my interviews like with Jeff and Angie, Nathan, Chris. I really loved my round table that I did with Danny, Nathan, Chris, and John and Christine of Triforce. Like that turned into like a comical but very informative live. So that might be my most favorite live.
Okay.
Was that round table. But as far as guests go, dude, man, like I can't pick. Like I had Billy, I had Kusko, I had John Daig. Like I mean, as far as big breeders, like how do you pick between any of that?
Yeah, that's hard.
Like I can't pick out of them.
Yeah.
I will say this. Your other part of your question that I can't answer easily as to who is one person that I'm working my tail off to try to get, and that is Dave Kaufman.
Man,
I can't my tail off to get Dave on. I've talked to him a couple of different times. He keeps telling, like, Dave's very busy, as everybody knows. He's in Madagascar right now.
Yeah.
I shoot him another message asking if there's any date. I didn't know he was in Madagascar at the time until after I shot the message and I saw a video. I say, well, I guess that's a big no here for any time soon. But I am going to try to get Dave Kaufman on for this year. I want to get Garrett Hartle on from Reach Out Reptiles because he's local PA guy too. He's just
okay.
Like 3 hours away, so he's not far. I want to get him on. I'd love to get him on. I'd like to get Billy to come back on. Having Bob Vu on 2 weeks ago was freaking awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
That was an awesome episode. Like, obviously, I love all your Billy episodes and like some of these other guys. But man, like I was like honed in on that Bob Vu conversation. He was just dropping gold after gold, and I think it is hard, like you said. It's like if each of them are like a gold mine in their own aspects. It's like you're gonna win either way. You know what I mean? Like you're getting something out of it. So yeah,
they each brought so much different information to the table. I mean, just look at like when I had Austin on.
Yeah.
Each time Austin was on, he dropped different gold as far as information. Just like everybody always thinks your snake's got to be 1,500 grams before you breed it. Austin's saying, dude, he goes, if it's got follicles and it's 1,200 grams, he's like, freaking throw it into the mix and see what happens. And his
Yeah.
philosophy behind it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was trying 2 pairings with it going off of that data for this year. Those 2 pairings I don't think are going to amount to much of anything at this point, maybe more towards the end of the year. But right now, I just don't think the girls are quite ready.
Sure.
So we'll see where it goes. But, you know, it was an experiment to see how, you know, with his data and see how it went.
Gotcha. Do you have any mentors in the hobby?
Oh, dude. I used to be on Billy Mutation Creation's Patreon. I learned a crap ton from Billy.
Okay.
I learned, Matt doesn't know it from Olympus, but I learned a lot from Matt just watching his YouTube videos.
Sure.
My big main mentors now, in all honesty, Chris from BNS, Nathan from Infinite Possible Pythons, and my brother Danny from DTMG, dude. And John and Christine from Triforce, like that group.
Yeah.
It's just my PA breeder group. Like Nicole, Lady Tiz, and Phil from Finger Snakes. Like those guys I keep in touch with more than my own family. Like I couldn't tell you the last time I talked to my brother via a message of any sort.
Yeah.
I was talking to everybody else in the chat today. Like,
for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
We're constantly ideas and stuff and everything like that. And like Jeff and Angie, like I look up to those guys and their family to me too. Like, you know, everybody that I keep in touch with has and like in one way, shape, or form helped to morph me and mentor me in their own way. And they may not know that they did it, but they did it. And
for sure.
I thank each and every one of them right now for it, even though they probably didn't know that they did anything.
Yeah. It's awesome, man, to see people come together and it really is like a family community. Like if you know, I don't know, I guess like if you start getting involved in people's lives and this and that, you're going to meet people that are going to help you along. And especially when people have guests on, like most people are picking guests that they can, really like showcase and, you know, kind of pick their brain on. And then considering you have so many people that are just so close to you, I know you got that whole community out there and that's awesome. You know, like, yeah, I wish I had that more in Colorado. You know, I got like Fred and AJ out here. But as far as like mentors go, like they're all over the country, you know, I got like Adam and for Proper Royals, I got Steven and Courtney from Leviathan Snakes. I got you that I hit up, you know, probably a couple times a week. And there's just certain people that, you know, you can go to and like, just kind of pick their brain or like run an idea by them. Like, hey, I got this idea for my show or for my pairings. And, you know, sometimes people will tell you something that's like opposite of the direction you were going, but you're like, oh crap. Well, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe I should kind of take it that direction or do this with my show or so.
That's what I think is important too, with not only mentors, but having good friends.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I don't want somebody to tell me every idea I come up with is gold or great. I want someone to tell me flat out, dude, that's a dumb freaking idea. What were you smoking when you thought of it? Like,
hey, man,
I want the honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like even you have given me like really, really good advice on stuff. And I'm like, oh, I think I should do this. And you'll come back. Oh, I think it should, you know, it'd be better this way. Like for like, even with like my logo, I was like, oh, I kind of want to put a box around it still. You said no. And I took it and I'm so pleased that I didn't go that direction, you know, but like it's sometimes you gotta, I think Jeremy's gone. He'll probably be back, guys. But yeah, I think having mentors and friends in this is super important. Hopefully he's not gone forever. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. There he is.
I don't know.
You're good, man.
Like, I just disappeared. I'm like, what?
I've done that. I've done that a couple times on people's lives and stuff. So one last question, then we'll get into like the last like 2 questions. So basically, but are you vending shows? I think you just vended a show. Is that right?
I have vended 2 shows.
Okay. And what was that experience like?
Dude, vending is freaking awesome. You get exhausted by the end of the day. If you're gonna vend, if anybody hasn't vended yet, get one of those foot stress mats, whatever they are, to stand on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
By the end of the day, I'm more tired from vending than I am from a normal day of work. And
Yeah.
Because of standing plus all the energy put into, because you're excited all day.
Yeah.
Just it's very draining. But man, dude, there's nothing like a good show. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's one of the nice, like, I have a show, like I have a guarantee table at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC. They're also a sponsor of my channel, but I've got a table there every show. So I don't have to worry about, am I going to have a table for this one? I've always got it. I do have the problem of I don't have a whole lot of stuff for sale for that show.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever, is what it is. And maybe I'll steal somebody else's snakes like Nathan's or somebody's and just fill my slots up and sell them for them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I got invited by one of my friends. She was one of the ladies I bought one of my first ball pythons from, and then I sold her a ball python like a month or two ago. And she's here close in Colorado, and like she invited me to go vend a show with her, kind of get some experience. I think around June, I think is one of our shows is. So I'm really excited about that. If she's still got that offer on the table, I'm going to take it and go out there and kind of get that, behind the table experience and things like that. Even though I'm probably not going to be selling my own stuff, but just to kind of get that experience of like, yeah, just like the routines of the day for the show and kind of learn how it goes.
That's exactly what I did. I went with Phil from Finger Snakes. With him. I mean, he was doing all the work. I was just there being basically, lending a helping hand when he needed it. But I just wanted to see what it was like being behind the table.
Yeah.
And that way I knew what I was getting in for. I think I went with him twice.
Okay.
The second time the first time I was mainly just hanging out with him, helping him at his table. The second time I was jumping between him, Nathan and Danny. I was kind of like jumping around, helping everybody out. But no, like definitely it's, that's what I would recommend doing anyway.
Sure.
I think Adam even did that too from Proper Royals. That's what
that's right.
Out getting the feel for it.
Yeah.
Big thing is don't sit. Just like, as bad as this sounds, your feet will hurt.
Yeah.
Your legs will hurt. Something will hurt so bad to the point where it goes numb. Once it goes numb, you're set. You just got to suck it up through that pain until it goes numb.
That's funny. Yeah.
But, dude, like, don't sit. Even if, like, engage everybody. Like, if they're walking by, they're looking at your stuff, engage them. I look at it as like fishing. You get people nibbling. As if you set the hook at that right spot, you might just get that fish, And it's happened for me a couple of different times. I saw this one guy, he kept walking past my table like 3 different times. And I kept saying, how you doing? You enjoying the show, this and that. And he'd just browse through and then he'd go. But he kept coming back. And finally, he was a little bit slower coming through. The last time I said, hey, he's like, can I just show you something? I was like, I think you need to you need to hold something. You need to look at something. He goes, actually, I do want to look at that. I had a killer pewter bee. That was sitting on the table. He goes, actually, I want to see this one. I was like, done. I was like, let's, pull it out. He held. He goes, I'll take it.
Nice.
If I wouldn't have made that extra effort, I might not have gotten that sale. It's you put into it what you get out of it, or you get out of it what you put into it. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
You try to look professional. Like you don't. Like I have the ARS display cases. You don't need that. You can look professional in other ways. Like Phil there from Finger Snakes. he made his own displays. They're unique. I've never seen any displays at a show that look like his. It makes it stand out.
Yeah.
There's just, just make everything clean, presentable looking. Definitely put a tablecloth down on your table. If you can afford or want to go and get a fancy tablecloth, do it. It only helps the image. So
for sure.
But definitely engage everybody, be friendly, be respectable, and just have fun. That's the big thing. People will sense if you're enjoying what you're doing or if you look miserable and aren't happy.
For sure. So I got 2 more questions for you, man. One is like a out of the box sort of question, and then I'll like hit it with my last one. And be open about this, like as far as like it's not unethical, it's just like a fantasy sort of thing. But if you could hybridize any 2 animals on the planet to make one animal, what would you make? It's kind of a weird question, but
I could hybridize any animal.
Yeah, it could be like a snake with wings. It could be like a hippo rhino. It could be like literally anything you want.
I never thought of that question before.
No, I thought of that the other day. I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting. I don't think anybody really thinks about that, but it's kind of like I could have done it at the beginning, called it like an icebreaker, but it's kind of like one of those things that kind of get you thinking.
How about a Siberian tiger and a polar bear?
Oh my God. That would be insane.
Yeah, we're going with the axanthic thing on that one, but I'm thinking a polar bear with black stripes would be pretty badass.
That would be quite deadly. 905 says a flying bear. That would be scary. That'd be real scary. So you said a Siberian tiger, polar bear. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty awesome.
That would actually be pretty cool, man. That'd be really cool.
Put it this way, it's something I would not want to come across.
No, sir. So last question is, what piece of advice or most positive / inspirational thing could you leave with someone watching?
No matter what curveballs this industry, whether it's ball python breeding or snake breeding in general, or even YouTube, whatever curveballs you're thrown, keep going with the punches. I always revert to that famous speech said in Rocky 6, with the nothing's going to hit harder than life. You just got to keep pushing forward. I always look back to that speech, and that's what keeps me going all the time.
Okay.
If anybody knew, some of the people I'm really close with know a lot of the punches I've been dealt with lately here, but there's been a lot of stuff where it feels like life has just gotten me to the point where I no sooner get my feet under me, and it just freaking knocks me right in the jaw again and knocks me back down.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for replaying that message in my head, I wouldn't have what I have right now on YouTube. I wouldn't have all this here in the snake room. I wouldn't have my family like I do. Like I wouldn't have any of this, because it would have. There were times where I just thought about throwing in the towel on everything, just be like, "You win life," you got me down. But I don't accept that. And I keep playing that speech over and over. So no matter what you're doing, everybody, especially in snakes and YouTube, and then like this, I'll kind of focus the YouTube thing with you, John, or anybody for that matter. But I remember the one conversation we were having about how to get the subscriber counts rolling in and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Enjoy the journey of it. Not everybody's going to hit that 1K subs in a year. Not everybody's going to hit that 1K subs in 2 years.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy what you're doing with the channel and you're constantly trying to make the improvements with it, like, dude, I'll be honest, like what you've done so far with this live, just with me, and what you've done from the start of your life to now, you have progressed more professionally, in my opinion, than what I have done with my life professionally. So I applaud you on that, sir. So keep it up, because like it's working for you. So keep up the good work on that, man. And I mean,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
None of this is a competition, you know.
Yeah. No.
If you look at Kusko, he's got, I don't know how many subs Kusko has, or Dave Kaufman, you know. Of course, all these people that have been doing it longer are going to have more subs than, you know, you or me or whatever, because they've got more time. They've got more invested into it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the journey. Enjoy what you get out of it. Enjoy the friends you make. Like I wouldn't know anybody here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for sticking to it. Like Jeff and Angie, for instance. I've gotten so close with them. Like they're like a brother and sister to me. And I never would have had that if I just wouldn't have kept pushing forward, putting myself out there, and you know, going with it. So just roll with the punches, have fun with it, dude, and enjoy the ride of it. Because in all, like, I'll be honest with you, once you get monetized with it, you might make $1 a day. So it's not like it's super like fantastically glorified.
It's a good goal for sure, though. I mean, to say that you built something, but yeah, you know, like I said, take your time with it, enjoy the journey, and yeah, if you enjoy it, yeah, and you enjoy that journey, you're going to be just as happy once you reach your goals, and then you'll be able to make more goals and enjoy that journey. And so it's like a never-ending journey, I guess.
It is. And once you hit that 1,000 subs, dude, then you're going to be going for the 1,500 or the 2,000. You're always going to be stacking your goals on top of it. So just enjoy the ride of it. Enjoy the ride. Put out the greatest content you can put out. And just have fun with it. And then with the ball python stuff, you know, you're going to have good and bad things happen in this industry. You're going to have clutches get reabsorbed. You're going to have eggs go bad. You're going to have deformed babies. It's not a matter of is it going to happen. It's when is it going to happen. So just have fun with it, accept that it's not all sunshines and rainbows. And, you know, it's just enjoy it. Work with what you love. Like, and we're making living art.
Yeah.
And there's not many people that can say that. I know people at work think I'm crazy. And I tell them, like, it's artwork. It's like, I'm making art. And they're like, dude, you're making creepy things. It's like, no. It's living art.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Jeremy, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. You've been awesome, amazing, always have, always will. If anybody watching this has not subbed to Jeremy, make sure you go to his YouTube, check out his Instagram, and then I'm going to pull this up here real quick. Starting, so next Monday, I have Mark from 403 Fauna coming on. He's an amazing guy. He's a bio and chem teacher, I think for a high school. Really interesting dude. He's got such an amazing animals in his collection. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Cause yeah, man, like it's awesome to like see what people have in their collections, and like he just keeps buying stuff. I feel like he's buying stuff every week, man.
Killer stuff, dude. Mark's dropping some cash. He's got some nice stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
In the racks.
But so everybody, that is our show. I'm going to kind of pull this up. Jeremy, if you could just stick with me for like 2 more minutes. But everybody, make sure you like, subscribe to this channel, go to Jeremy's channel, and I'll see you guys next week.
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. It's pretty simple what we do. It's just, you know, there's a time to breed, you know, and we take care of them and feed them, enjoy them.
You have to kind of use your imagination. Like, you see how it reacts with certain morphs, you know how other morphs react with other morphs, and you kind of have to guess how it's going to react
everybody's got a different approach. Some of the little kids, like you don't need to go get so sciencey, and just you got to be a little more careful with them and cautious and helping them handle the animals that they're going to be coming up and handling. Whereas the older kids maybe know more than you about a certain species.
My job as a breeder is to really produce higher quality animals next year than I did this year. And it just makes sense.
I remember holding my first ball python, shaking, like that, terrified. And the pet store's like, hey, if you buy 3 of them, we'll give you a deal instead of just 2. Well, my buddy didn't want 3. He only wanted 2. So then I was like, okay, fine. I'll take the 3rd and I'll get over my fear.